What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What's up, African Fight Fam? It's your boy JB, and I'm back at it again with another fighter interview. And today we have a fighter straight out of Nigeria, from the northern part of Nigeria. He bears my name. My name is Jibril, in case you didn't know. His name is Jibril as well. He is the first fighter we signed under our African Fighters management. If you don't know who this guy is, you would know in a couple of moments, and you would know in a couple of years, basically. And that's none other than Jibrin Baba Inuwa. Jibrin Baba Inuwa, welcome to the show.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Yo,
Nice meeting you.
yeah, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, my brother. So,
Yes, sir.
well, before we get into it, can you just quickly tell the people who is Jibril? Where was he born? How did he end up falling in love with the game of martial arts? And if you just can just briefly just give us that information about you, please.
No, I was born in Kaduna State. That's Southern Kaduna State. That's Kafanchan. So, as a young kid, I used to watch Chinese movies and all that stuff. And again, we have a kind of uh, this dispute now between children. So among all of us, I was the weakest. I was very weak and slim at that time. I was prone to so many diseases, stomach, whatever, so many diseases. I was a weak boy, very weak. So, but what kept me going, even at then, was my heart. Everybody can beat me, but be sure that I'm coming back. So I always come back to fight. I always come back to win fights. So even if you beat me, I'm not giving up. I will still come back. So when I was a kid, I'm a kind of very stubborn boy. When it comes to fighting, I cannot even talk because I was very sick. I hardly talk. But when it comes to fight, I always want to dominate.
Okay.
So that's
Oh,
what happens. So and that, and then, I kind of, I like domination. I like being the strongest. Even at that time, I was weak.
mm.
So that was what pulls me into the game.
Okay. So, yeah. So I understand you were born in Kaduna. I understand that you mentioned that you were a weak kid in the sense that you were not very healthy as a kid growing up, and then you were always like in the receiving end of beating from other kids. But then it was your heart that makes you keep on going back because you're a bit stubborn. And that's what I understand from what you explained. So, I know that you are in Kano State, Nigeria now, but I am wondering, at what point did you get to move to Kano? Were you still a kid when you moved to Kano with your family? How did that end up happening?
No, actually, we are from Kano State, but my granddad left Kano, for this. He was a kind of a trader, a kind of a trader. So he went to Panchan and he found a place. He resided there with his wives, and there he married my grandmom from this Baju tribe of Kaduna State. So that's when she gave birth to my dad, and then later on, you know, later on, I came back to my roots, Kano State.
Okay.
That's just what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. So, so can you tell us at what point do you remember you starting to be in any organized combat sports? What was it? Was it karate? Was it judo? What exactly was it? And can you tell us that point that you realized that this is what you wanted to do?
Yeah, we are like, the pioneers of what they call of Kung Fu, all this fighting, Kung Fu, Shu when I started growing up back in Lagos, I left Kaduna when I was very young. So I went to Lagos. My dad got a job in Dangote, Lagos. So I went to Lagos. I started learning boxing. Later, I was watching movie. Then I saw Jet Li moving, doing all these spinning kicks and whatever. Then I told my dad, I said, no. I would like to learn this. Then he took me to the stadium. He said, go and look for any coach around. Go and look for any coach around. And then I and asked them how much I can pay, any amount. So I went there. I saw a coach by the name Sifudan. using sticks and poles and whatever. Then I joined. I started learning from him. I started learning kung fu. So from there was no any organized competition as wushu sanda and whatever. So, but that place, the pedigree was kung fu. Everybody wants kung fu, and we thought kung fu was the like complete martial art. There is punches, there is kicks, there is eye gouging. There is you can use weapons and whatever. So now we'll be put against each other, in the team to fight each other, or we will be fighting maybe against other teams there in National Stadium, Surulere. So so that's when I really started competing against my friends. We'll be competing, we'll be sparring. There will be sparring days. So after
Okay.
that, my first competition, my first organized competition was Kada Games 2009.
Okay.
Kada Games. That's in Kaduna State. That's National Sport Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
All right.
actually, I was very young. Then I
Mm-hmm.
went there. I went there just to for an exposure,
Mm-hmm.
But I really fought. I really fought well.
Okay.
So that
So
was
I,
my
I
first
I
organized
understand that
competition.
you are a national champion in kickboxing and karate, and also a veteran in wushu sanda. So, but was it
Yeah,
that Kada games that you went to, or that national games that you went to in 2009? Was it there that you won your first tournament, or was that just an experience for you? Did you have to come back and win a medal per se? Because I know you are a national champion. So how was that?
yeah. I had to come back. That was my first outing. But in my first outing, I was able to get to semi-finals. That was bronze medal. I got a bronze medal at that time. So, and then later, I when I went back, I became very obsessed. I said, damn, so why are all these people becoming champions? Why me? I became very obsessed. Then I started pushing. I started training very hard, and then I had some other competitions. Not festival per se at that time, because there was no festival till 2018. Then I was older. 2018. Then that's when I won my Wushu Sanda this thing. I represented Lagos State 2018
Hmm.
in National Sport Festival in Wushu Kung Fu. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
when I won my medal there. And then later I transformed to kickboxing.
Okay.
No, no,
So
sorry. Later I transformed to karate.
okay.
And in karate, I didn't compete nationally, like, in National Sports Festival, but we
Hmm.
had national championship that I won a gold medal to in karate.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah, because
so it started with kung fu, then it moved to karate. At what point was it
yes.
wushu sanda, and then at what point did you decide to convert into MMA?
Yeah, after karate, what brought me to karate was because of movement. I said, me, I'm a very, I kind of fighter that, I don't move a lot. So I said, no, I need to learn the footwork. I need to learn, pinpoint. Then I went to karate to learn those things, and then to add it to my arsenal. After that, then people started saying, oh, no, 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 karate is a light contact, even Shushanda is light contact. So you cannot do anything in kickboxing. Then I said, no, guys, I can do much better in kickboxing. Then I went for a championship in kickboxing in Edo State. I won gold. Then the next festival that came up, I won gold again.
Okay. Okay. What,
So
what
that
what
was
year?
what.
What year did you win your first gold medal in kickboxing?
Yeah, it was 2019.
Okay, and then you won it again. When again?
Yeah, and then 2020. 20
Okay.
was it 2021? 2020. Yeah, 2021.
Okay.
It
So
was Edo 2020.
mm-hmm. Okay. At what point
Yeah,
did you fight Ndidi at a final? Ndidi Along is one of the most decorated, or I should say, one of the most achieving like Nigerian MMA fighter. So I
yeah, for
understand that
sure.
there was a point that you fought Ndidi in the finals of kickboxing. And what was that? When was that? And how was that experience?
Yeah, it was 2021. That's Edo 2020. It's weird because we were supposed to have the festival around 2020. Then they moved it to 2021 because of COVID-19,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Okay.
So that was why it is still called Edo 2020,
Okay.
but it was done 2021. You
Okay. I
understand?
see.
So yeah, it was at that national sports festival that we met with in the finals.
Okay. And then how did it go?
Yeah.
Because obviously we don't get to see these things on TV. What can you tell us from your own eyes? How did it happen?
Mm.
How did you win? Was it like a dominant or was it a close fight? How was it? How did you take the victory?
No, it was a razor cross fight. I'm telling you, because Ndidi is no joke. Ndidi is a kind of I think if you are to to vote who is going to win, you are going to vote him 100% to win me. You know what I'm saying? Because someone coming, and my weight class is even below, very very much below. I was 76 kg when I weigh in, while they are even like from 85 kg coming down to 81. You know what I'm saying? Number one is the weight, and then number two, the experience level. You understand? Ndidi is is a very good striker, as you said, and I think number one in Nigeria now. Actually, not even now. I think even before he was number one. I look up to the guy for sure. So, the fight was very tough, very very tough. It was a split decision actually. It was a split decision.
Okay, so a lot of people look at you as a very prominent fighter coming out from the north. That is Ariwa from Kano, exact. Because right now I'm speaking to you are in Kano. Um, a lot of people don't. I they did not know that when you went to the games, you were mostly representing Lagos, right? But so so how is it? How would you say combat sport is being accepted in Kano State? Because I can see that you are training some boys down there. So how is it being accepted?
Yeah, in Kano here, previously, whenever an elderly person, not elderly, a kind of maybe above youth, like when you are like 40 years old, and then you went out, that's before, like, I mean, 10 years back, or 5 years back, shall I say, when they see you running on the street, like, I'm doing exercise, people now will start saying, Haba Malang, this is not you, you can't be doing what children are doing, running. This is why will you waste your time running? You know what I'm saying? So because of the way now they see sport as waste of time, do you understand? But now with the emergence of all these diseases, you know what I'm saying? All these diabetes, some of them even this stroke. Now it makes them now to be aware that, oh, we need to train. You understand? And then the only sport that people know here in Kano that is popular is football and dembe, and dembe at least, and kokua a little bit, all this wrestling, kokua. So these are the things that are prevalent here in Kano. But now, seeing their boy, from Kano here, I really try to motivate them by showing them that, oh, we can do this game. You know what I'm saying? We can do it. And now they are accepting the game slowly, not quickly, actually, not quickly. They are accepting slowly. But before, even when I was doing karate, in the karate dojo, whenever I try to teach them some kickboxing, kickboxing things and other, shushanda moves, they say, no, 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 this is not for kickboxing, this is karate. You can't come here and be teaching people kickboxing and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now you see how primitive we are. To tell you the truth, last week I went to Abacha Stadium. Right now I'm in Canopilla Stadium, as you can see. This Canopilla Stadium. So I was in what they call. I was in Abacha Stadium. I wanted to train there with my boys. I went to train them some like the kind of moves there in the basketball court. And then one of the person that is taking care of the place, he's not the manager actually. He was telling me, no, 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 we can't allow you to train here. I said, why? He said, this is for karate. I said, yeah, I'm a karate person. He said, no, 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 we will not allow you to train because today is not the day of karate training. I said, no, okay, you are telling me now that if you see someone with basketball that wants to train here and even the field is open, you will not allow him to do. He said, because he knew me, he knows that, I represented Kano State, in karate, I won gold for them. You know what I'm saying? And even right now, I'm going to represent them in wrestling, just
Wrestling.
catch fun, the wrestling. Yeah, for sure. The wrestling for
Okay.
sure,
Oh yeah, that's
it's for my own good,
that's really good for your MMA
Uh,
career, I can say. I was speaking
yeah,
about
yeah,
MMA
yeah.
career. I wanted to talk about your transition from kickboxing to MMA. At what point did you decide that you would want to fight in MMA? Would you say that money was the motivation? Because I can see right now, obviously, MMA is getting more popular. Right now, I think among all the combat sports, MMA might be the one that is paying more. So would you say
Yeah,
money
yeah.
was the motivation at that time, or or what was it? Why did you transition into MMA?
The reason why I transitioned into MMA was because, as you said, it's the game that is evolving now worldwide. And what really pushed me to do anything in life is greatness. I want to be great. I want to be a great person. I want to be an example to the young ones. You know what I'm saying? And I have this motivation that I grew up being very weak. I was a very weak kid, and now I became the strongest. You know what I'm saying? In my family, I was very small and very, lean and whatever. But now I'm the stronger and bigger and taller guy in family. You know what I'm saying? And now people are seeing my strength and power like, this is great. No, but it's because of hard work. And what pushed me to MMA is all about greatness. And again, I see MMA as the like close to complete fight. You know what I'm saying? Close to not complete. Not like to be proficient. You have to be someone can hit you on the groin. Outside can bite you and whatever. But now MMA stimulates something like that. So you can't say you are a champion in kickboxing and you think I'm the best fighter in the world. You are a liar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I
you can
understand.
only be a best fighter now, yeah, in MMA, and then you can close to say that I'm the baddest dude on the planet, and that's
Okay.
what I want to become.
All right. The
Yeah,
baddest dude
and
on the
again, I want to
planet.
be great.
The
Yeah,
baddest.
yeah, something like that.
All
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
So let's
So
talk about your MMA career. On Tapology so far, you have one win and one loss, and that one loss came
yeah,
when you went to AKO. The first season of
yes.
AKO. There is a fighter there that you have been mentioning, repeatedly mentioning that you want to fight that fighter. You want to get your loss back. You understand? So,
Yeah.
well, first of all, let's just talk about your experience at AKO. How was your experience at AKO? And oh yeah, we'll take it from there. How was your experience at AKO, like the first season of AKO?
Yeah, in the first season of AKO show, I have something to say about that, but let me just give you brief about what I felt there. That was my dream. I needed to have a facility where I can only train and then fight. You know what I'm saying? Not, I don't have to go out and get something to eat. This just train, eat, sleep, and then fight, break bones. You know what I'm saying? And that was my dream. But now what happened was that when I went there, they collected our phones and then we are like isolated. I wasn't complaining, I wasn't complaining because that was what I want. And all I see is the what they call is the goal there. You know what I'm saying? So, but later I was overworking my body. I was like very obsessed because I see people like Ndidi, Ndidi alone. Even though there, if they put me with Ndidi, I tell you, even if I can be able, maybe I don't know, but at that time, my mindset, it's all about mindset. My mindset was not that strong as to face someone like him. You know what I'm saying? Like him, because Ndidi was classic. You know what I'm saying? He was classic. Even there, when you choke Ndidi, he will just be looking at you because as you are doing nothing, you are doing nothing. We are taught how to choke, rear naked choke. I choked Ndidi rear naked choke. He was looking at me like, "What are you doing, dude?" I was like, "What?" There's nothing you can do to the guy to break him. So I was like, how can I now beat this guy? So then later I had a motivation that, okay, if at least if I win a fight or two, that means I can be a kind of a good prospect, you understand, to people now will start to think of me. So after this place, I know I can now be fighting my weight class and whatever, because they are bigger than us there. You know what I'm saying? So the thing was that I went there to win. Then later I saw people like Nditi actually. Let me just tell you, one person is just Nditi because Big Shark, I don't think Big Shark is a challenge there because he's having a hole in his games, which I know. You know what I'm saying? Grappling, grappling wise. Even we grapple with him, we grapple back and forth. But Ndidi, when I grapple with Ndidi used to tell me, sorry, are you hot? Are you okay? Are you okay? Someone that will be telling you that, you cannot even beat him. You cannot even come close to beating that person. In striking, he schooled me. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that person, I said, no, this is the guy that is going to win from the get-go. I said, no, I cannot. Even they put me with this guy, I cannot fight this guy because this guy, I will fight him, but I know wallahi, I will surrender because he beat me. You know what I'm saying? At that time. So I just went there for the exposure and then, to win some couple fight. But what happened was that my fight between Colonel Thompson, I was fixed to fight Colonel Thompson. I wanted to fight these guys, but they put me to be the last fight. That's the seventh fight. You understand? Which now somehow it kills my spirit a little bit. I tried to I was coming out saying, please give me fight, give me fight. They said, no, we preserve you. your fight will be the last and whatever. And everybody thought that I'm going to win the ball. The reason being that I was one of the hardest workers there. I wouldn't say I'm the hardest worker because some like in the gym, you work out, around 3 a.m. You go to the gym. Nobody will see what he's doing. Maybe Shegun knows, but you go and work hard and then you come back. You're just looking at us. We'll be working out. We'll be skipping one hour and whatever. He's training smarter while we are training harder. We are pulling ourselves. So later, when I was fixed to fight Colonel Thompson, then I overtrained. Number one, I agree with that. I overtrained LTB. Then again, this guy, Damilari, Damilari did the beast. We the day before the fight, I mean the night before the fight, we were like going through all those things that we have taught. And then mistakenly Damilari gave me an elbow here. You can see the place here. He gave me an elbow here. Then that place swelled up around, I think, 3 a.m. in the night. So then the place swelled up too much. Then I had to use ice all through the day. And then I took analgesic. And again, out of anxiety, because I need to fight, I couldn't sleep for like 2 days because even if I sleep, I can't sleep deeply. You know what I'm saying? And that helps, when you sleep deeply, it helps you to recover. You know what I'm saying? With that kind of training. So then I took analgesic and I didn't eat at that, in the morning. I didn't eat. I was waiting for the fight. And then later the fight came up around, I think, was it 1 o'clock or 2? Then even in the dressing room, I was punching the pad. My coach was telling me, Coach Manny, I was saying, Jibril, have you eaten? Jibril, have you eaten? I said, yes. I just lied to him. I said yes. But I felt that I was very weak. So I went into the fight, number one, with a swollen eye. He knows if you watch the footage, you see me going in there with a swollen face. And then secondly, I was very weak because of the analgesic I took. You know how we took analgesic without eating. You know what I'm saying? They gave us some kind of analgesic for body pain and whatever. So I took it, then it weaks me totally, and that was what happened. And again, I have a kind of, I have another thing to talk about the loss with Colonel Thompson, because when you look at AKO, at the beginning, the first fight were supposed to be amateur fight. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to be amateur fight because we are a bunch of amateurs there thinking we are a bunch of amateurs going there. So the fight he won me was amateur fight. But now I was surprised now to see it in topology as my loss in professional fight. My actual professional fight was between me and this guy and Ace Franklin. That was my first professional fight. But I was surprised now seeing my name in the my loss to him. You know what I'm saying, in topology. I was like, what's this? So that was what makes me now to say, okay, I need to fight this boy again. I need to shut this guy down. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think if the guy is at my level. When you see the guys I fought, number one, I strike with Ndidi, which when you look at Ndidi's career, he had mostly his finishing. He finished people standing. Even when he fought Shido Soto, you understand? He outclassed Shido Soto standing. You know what I'm saying? He outclassed him standing. Shido Soto was grappling with him. That was why he won him with split decision. You know what I'm saying? So for me now to be able to withstand someone, even if it's inspiring, I know what I'm doing actually in striking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So before we get off the rail now, I understand that you feel you want to get your loss back from Colonel Thompson. I understand that you assumed that fight was an amateur fight because that was what you were meant to believe in AKO that time. So, but then, which fight do you want to fight right now? Is it Colonel Thompson that you actually want? And where do you think you would fight Conor Thompson? Would it be on OFU or would it be on AKO Fight Night? Where do you think that would happen? What's going on with that? And do you think Conor Thompson wants to fight you?
I have nothing against Colonel Thompson. I have nothing against him, even his teammate. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that respect me, I respect him for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a humanitarian. I don't want to shut someone's career down, whatever, or to kill his hype. No, if I can make my hype in another way around. Had it been within cross path with him, I wouldn't want to fight him again. And it's because had it been in amateur, I would not even turn back to look at him. But now, even in in what they call it what they call, what would I say, anywhere, anytime, not OFU, you
Mm-hmm.
understand? Even in the WSC, if they can put me with him, I will fight. You know what I'm saying? Just to get that loss back. You know what I'm saying? So OFU, AKO, but I don't think if AKO wants to make that fight happen. You know
Okay,
what I'm
why
saying?
why
Because
do you
I've
think so?
talked to Ryan already. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to Ryan already. He said that we are not going to make, and that was what makes me not to fight in the first AKO fight.
Mm-hmm.
And the later I heard that people are saying, no, because I was injured. You know, after my fight with Iso Franklin on the 4th of December, I went to Togo to fight Isaac Comey. I don't know whether you know Isaac Comey from Ghana. He's undefeated too. You
Okay.
know, both in Muay Thai and in MMA, he's
Mm-hmm.
undefeated. He's their prospect. You know, I knocked him out in the first round. You know, in Muay Thai.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So now, when you look at people like that I fought, NDD, this guy, and the East of Franklin, you know that Conor Thompson is not even, I'm not underestimating him because to me, he has beaten nobody. You know what I'm saying? He has beaten nobody. Maybe he beat me that time because I had injuries. So let him do it now the right way. You know what I'm saying? That's
Okay.
what I want. He can beat me now. Now I'll agree, okay, that's a loss. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So
So I want to fight Conor Thompson, even in my domot, in his domot. You know what I'm saying?
all right, all right.
To get
So,
my
but
loss back.
yeah, yeah. So I understand you want to get your loss back. So, but a lot of people would say that in your full body of work in MMA, that your weakness might be the ground game. So I don't know
Yeah, for
if
sure.
if you agree with that, and how are you working on improving on that aspect of your fight?
Yeah, as you can see, if you watch my fight against Iso Franklin, which, Iso Franklin is good
Mm-hmm.
on the ground. He's good. He's a wrestler, actually, for sure. He's even a wrestler like with more credentials than what they call than Conor Thompson. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm getting into now. If you look at the fight between me and Iso Franklin, you see that I broke him. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I stopped him from executing his own moves, jiu-jitsu moves, wrestling moves, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I practice jiu-jitsu too a
Mm-hmm.
lot. I survived his rear naked choke. I didn't allow him to have good what they call good posture to have the ground and pound. You understand? I tried to took him. I tried to taking him down. You know what I'm saying? With single leg, he had to defend with his life, and that's what even got him tired. You know what I'm saying? I even control him. On the cage. That's another high level. That's when you know that my grappling is getting to somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm really working on my ground game and still on striking because people see the ground game, but they don't see that, even the striking, we are still trying, we are still trying to push ourselves to be more, comfortable standing too, you know. But I'm telling you, the next time you see me in that cage, you'll be wondering, what's this guy's weakness now? You know what I'm saying? So that's it. So I'm
Okay.
really working on that.
Okay.
But that's my secret, I wouldn't want to tell anybody that I'm working on my ground game, but until you see it, maybe seeing is believing. That's it.
Okay, great, great. So, Jibrin Baba, we
Yes.
obviously you have the ambition of traveling out of the country to go out there and get some exposure, right? So, but then obviously, there is a narrative of you have to start from home. You have to gather experience first from home before you get to go out. So, when should we look out to see you back in the cage again fighting?
June, hopefully.
Okay.
No, June, hopefully. June, July, hopefully. June, actually, inshallah. Be in Ofu 2, inshallah. Ofu fight night 2, inshallah. I'll be there.
Are you still looking to get Cornell in that card in the fight night of
Yeah,
OFU?
inshallah. Yes, yes. If he agrees, if he agrees, because I think they will be dodging me. You know what I'm saying? Because from what I heard,
Sorry to cut you off. I spoke to
mm,
Cornell Thompson sometime last week, and he mentioned
mm,
that he does not want to fight for any other promotion if not fight night AKO. And well, I wouldn't be honest if I say that totally, but he mentioned something along the lines of he would want to take time because he has been fighting back to back weeks, so he wants to take time and properly prepare for a fight, and hopefully it will be on the next AKO card. So what if Cornell tells you that he doesn't want to fight on OFU, he wants to go on AKO? What would be your response to that?
then I will maybe I don't know, maybe someone will intercede to talk to AKO to give me him, if they like. But I'm not like, I'm not trying to say it must be him. I don't care. I pass. That's I'll pass. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not at my level now. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? If you look at people I fought, he's not at my level entirely. So but now he should be the one now looking for me to fight me. If he wants to, like, finish his career more. You know what I'm saying? But not me now looking for him to fight him. Which I wanted to forget about him, but it's because people, even my dad wants the fight. He said,
Ah,
you have
so
to fight this boy again.
your dad is a fan of
You
you.
know, yeah, for sure, very much. He was
Yes.
my first fan, in the world.
Wait. So there is a thing about African parents not wanting their kids to be in such type of sports. I was going to
Yeah,
ask you what was the resistance like from your parents, but then you already told me that your dad was the person that paid for your first training in kung fu. So,
everything, everything,
so how about your mother? How
everything.
was the acceptance of fighting?
No, my mom doesn't like it actually, but it's something that she cannot now do anything about because my dad is alive. If my dad now is late,
Mm.
then she can tell me to stop, I will stop. You know what I'm saying? Just like what Khabib did. You know what I'm saying? If she
Yeah.
says stop, I will stop because nobody now will talk to her. But
Mm.
now my dad will always tell her, no, leave my boy. Let him do what he likes.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? And
how about your acting career? What is their response to your acting career? Because we saw you in a movie, the president, I think the president's bodyguard, a movie back
the
in Ghana,
African bodyguard.
yeah, African bodyguard, or
Yeah.
in Ghana. So how about your career in movies? What would you say your parents' response is to that?
Yeah. Oh, my dad is a kind of person that he believes in me. You know what I'm saying? He believes that anything I put in, I can do it. I can do it. He used to call me his son with the biggest heart. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was sick, when I was young, I would be crying in my room, but when I hear any sound, I would be quiet. I will clear my distance. I will try to behave as if I'm sleeping. When they went away, I would start crying. I'm not a kind of guy that shout, that I'm in pain. No way, you cannot. So he believes that I can succeed in anywhere I am. In my movie career, my dad really, he's like on and off about it, but he really wants me to be great in a place where it matters. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
People see all these actors and whatever as heroes. Me, I don't see anything they do as being heroes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it's not honest. It's something that is choreographed.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that was what made me not to even keep pushing on the acting career.
Okay.
Since now there is this MMA that I can push myself there, they will be the one now looking for me, not me now looking for them. You know what I'm saying? So the MMA gives me hope.
Okay.
This combat sport gives me hope. MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai,
Mm.
they
Mm.
give me hope. That I can become now something honestly,
Okay.
not lying to myself.
Oh,
Honestly,
all right.
that's the
All right.
truth.
So, but lastly, now, what would you say? Let's say your MMA career is done and dusted. What would you say
Mm.
your legacy would be?
Yeah, my legacy is that I'm not only looking to keep competing till my last breath. You know what I mean? I want to compete, and then when I resign, I will make sure that we have people better than me. Do you understand that we carry my name? You know what I'm saying? Not only carrying my name, no, not carrying my name, but they will push themselves, and then there will be a motivation now to the generation that are coming. You know what I'm saying? People now see us as as here in the north that we are not exposed in education, and then in all this sport. I want to change that kind of mentality. To tell you the truth, yeah, I'm a civil engineer. I graduated in civil engineering back in 2015 in the
Mm-hmm.
University of Maiduguri. Right now I'm doing my masters in
Mm.
structures in Bayero University. You know what I'm saying? So why how can you now talk about Ariwa people? We are not we are not educationally sound. You can't say that. And again, when I'm in this sport beating the hell out of people, you cannot tell me that we are not even sound in sport. No way. Now I shut that out. And then I give room now for our young fighters now to become something, to believe now that they can do. You know what I'm saying? Here we have the lowest level of Western education. You know what I'm lowest level of Western education. And now I want to be a motivation now to them. Do you understand here?
Mm-hmm.
To see that they can do it. Not
Okay.
only in education, but even the sport. So it's
All
like
right.
I have a dual career.
Okay.
You know what I'm
So,
saying? So
so
and
uh, Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. I have taken too much of your time. Thank you so much for
No,
honoring the
problem.
interview.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you are assigned to the African Fighters Management company, and obviously, big things are coming, inshallah. We will try our best to be pushing your brand and pushing you as a fighter, so the world will get to see you. So now. I guess that's just about it. But if people are trying to find you now, can you just tell us where can they find your stuff?
Yeah, my stuff as
Social
my
media
content,
contact,
whatever.
social media. Where can they find you? Your social media accounts and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. In Instagram is Black Venom MMA at Black Venom MMA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then Facebook Jibrin Inuwa Baba.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, and
Thank
then
you.
WhatsApp 070 which is normal, plus 234 Nigeria.
Okay.
And again, I want to say one thing,
Mm-hmm.
there is something that motivated me about this sport again is you guys.
We guys. Okay.
You
When you
guys
s-
motivated me.
when you say we guys,
You
who do you
know,
mean?
yeah, African fighters. You know what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying? You are
Okay.
a great motivation. Now I can't even sleep when I think of you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are working now, trying to like push my career, forward. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
now I have a reason now to keep pushing in the sport. I tell you this, it will be very hard for anybody to put me on the ground now. You know what I'm saying? It will be
Okay.
very, very hard. Not here in the world entirely. If I have, if I will have the adequate training and whatever, I will have the calm that I needed. I will be ready in that mindset that I am right now. I
Mm.
don't think if anybody can take me down.
All
You
right.
know what I'm saying? Because
That's
you back me up. My parents back me up. You know
oh,
what I'm saying?
mashallah.
So
All
you
right.
are
All
my
right.
second parent for
Yeah.
sure.
All
So that's it.
right, that's a very,
Yeah,
very
thank you
nice
very
thing
much.
for you to say. We really, really appreciate those kind words. I'm very sure Farouk watching this will be smiling from ear to ear, because Farouk,
Yeah.
as you know, Farouk is like the orga of the management side, and then Farouk is the guy that is dealing the meetings and putting pen to paper. He's really, really working hard on your career. So yeah, shout out
I
to
understand.
Farouk for that as well. All right, Jibrin, I guess I will just have to let you go. And one more thing, please, before you go, can you just give
Mm.
us a cheap plug and be like, "Hey guys, this is Farouk, this is Jibril Baba Inuwa, and you're watching the African Fighters." Something we could use for as a plug, please.
Okay, okay. Hello guys, this is Jibrin Inuwa Baba. You are watching the African Fighters
All
here in
right.
Nigeria. So thank you very much.
All right, no
Yes.
problem. Okay, thank you. All right,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That was Jibril Baba Inua, aka the Black Venom. He is an MMA wushu sanda kickboxing fighter with a lot of Nigerian accolades and looking to break through into the world. And I must add that he is also an actor, featured in a couple of movies or in a in a movie in a main role. So, anyways, well, that's about it, guys. If you wish, please like, subscribe, and do all the good things for us. We, the African Fighters, we out.
Come on, Africans!